All right, Abusia, Kojo Ghana TV, Yamonkomo, near Prophet Telvin, I just saw what you have. Hey, I know what they pound video compile or Lovers TV Africa, be I don't want to share into no. Just say, what the Chawadrin in common now shares an election about 2028 and 2032. You know himself Prophet Telvin, I just saw 2024 election or can I say about 9 no be able to say John Dramani Mahama and be winning. Send your kind in United States, I have a paper. It would the end same and latest one again. Share. I don't want to link to my subscribe to Kojo Ghana TV.
2028 election. Omo yashada a follow more omo my update. Prophet Bernard, Prophet Clement testimony, and I feel so Prophet Telvin Sowah. But who follow the year as a Prophet Clement testimony ne Prophet Telvin Sowah you know it's a kakra a different from near Prophet Bernard and so Ediama. They are all very, very powerful. We share sending a normal mind before the 2024 general election. The answer is see. Going forward, it be not near realm war high no saying. I don't know well, but me can't amano the acquisition say we share sending a Prophet Bernard they tray can say Canada Japan sorry. And he's the savior for the NPP. Not the possibility say Ibia Canada Japan ever my NPP winning the 2028 general election high. Well, I don't know, say being so I break down be one of my yanshalan take the prophetic word na see ya on Saturday. And I will share now we see nearby share from the camp of Prophet Telvin Sowah. So on also church on campus one is Dr. Bawumia besan winning NPP primaries no amana ama the leader for the NPP unlike senior Prophet Bernard so kana no inti won senior economy and utie Telvin Sowah pimu was chairman go say still na NDC ever course 16 years and John Dramani Mahama yadia ne appointees become babe sabotage no. Now the battle between one and Canada Japan, Abusia, one Asiedu Nketia, easy. What an opportunity to Sowah because who share Prophet Clement testimony so dear now. John Dramani Mahama, and Ghana for example, the best friend so on to us. If you want to be decided, say uncle. Into at a point, obey son arguing. Senate Prophet Telvin Sowah so kanwana. Being Prophet Telvin Sowah. Miss I don't want Chewadrin bra Senate Chewadrin, but many do be at him. Yenye have a decent conversation once had you. Kilova Media Lovers TV Africa.
Man penny mama. I want to dream so about 2028.
2028.
Ushe timeline numa obeko.
In the timeline that I'm looking at, there are two branches of time that I'm looking at.
Okay.
In the first branch of time, he was running for presidency. And he was able to complete all the 4 years, and then he's able to continue to the 8 years and concluded. Because in that time, in 2027 March, there's going to be an agreement and an arrangement in court, and certain things will be adjusted. And then when those things are adjusted, he will be placed on to continue the journey. But then in the main branch of time that I'm looking at, he will run for presidency. In 2 years' time, he will have no vice president, and then he will conclude the election in 4 years.
Oh, and some no, can they say you're confused?
It is established.
First branch of time, no, or running for 2028, but after 2 years, no, he has no vice president.
No, that one he will continue with his vice president.
Okay.
And complete his time.
Okay.
Yes. The one that is running
from 2028, as I'm near King.
Yeah, to 2028. So we're running for when he's running in the timeline is two branches. Let me break it down again.
Okay.
The first time branch of time, he will run for the presidency, close the presidency at the 4 years term. which is 2028 is done.
Okay.
It's done for. There is no going forward and everything.
Okay.
The one it was 10 to 2020 this thing for the extra 4 years after 2028, which is going to run.
Yeah.
Is going to run, and in that time, that's the main branch of time itself. He will go, and in 2 years from now, as I speak to you right now, 2 years specifically from now, I'm not drunk tea this morning. 2 years specifically from now, he will be able to run for the presidency. But before he will run for 2028, 2027, he will have no vice president.
Hey, 2028 now, or running nowhere near. Or be maintaining the vice president.
He will have none. There is no vice president.
So for me, it is 2028, from CCR copying 2028, we are running with Prof. J. Nana.
Yes, let me give you a speech. There's a nice speech. I'm hearing it in time. Okay. You know, time when you move through time, you're looking at what is happening in real life. Unless you try to tamper with it. I'm not tampering with anything now. Now, unless I have to, but I don't have to, so I'm not. Now, in time, I am looking at a speech being given with a heartfelt, how do you call it? Heartfelt, not condolence. It's the way he said it. It's a way with a strong heart or deep heart, something. I want to express my condolence to the family of this and and in the situation. But unfortunately, I couldn't finish the speech. Left the stage.
Why speech, Nana? Oh man,
that one. When we get there, I'll tell you exactly what it is all about. Yeah.
And you from 2029,
Echo. No, not 2029. Within 2 years from now.
2027.
Yes.
Okay. I'm interested in after 2028. No. And what I will say from 2029 or contest here, what will happen?
It will not have, once you realize it's not having a vice president, it will contest. Every prophecy that we give here comes with a key. The key is what unlocks the structure of the prophecy. The prophecy is that for him to contend for the 8 years within the timeline, he doesn't have any control over it. He will have no vice president. And then he will complete the 8 years and then continue. He will complete the 4 years and continue to the 8th year.
Why not orchestrate this, man?
It's already set in time.
When they set it?
It is a timeline event. It's an amazing thing. We can tamper with it, but then it's already been set from before the foundations of the earth. Yeah.
And she said, Vice President also resigning way.
If she resigns, she falls into the same category. I can't break it down to you. Yes, I don't have utterance to tell you exactly the details, but we'll break it down. But we can temper with some few things, but I don't want to break it down.
But Papa, number two.
Number two, we proceed further to the next stage of operation in the divine structure of what God has said. Now, number two, I will see something that is happening, and I'm looking at it vividly in clarity. These ones are the things that we are supposed to adjust very quick, very fast. As I'm saying it, you understand? Now, well, as you're looking at the timeline for the years of election, by 2028, as me and you are sitting down here, you're going to enjoy the country in ways you cannot imagine. Because things are going to change financially for the country, and then in terms of certain developments that is going to pop up. Certain things are going to happen. That's the second thing I want to tell you. Say, things are going to change for the better. But then the only group of people that were causing the problem were those that are afraid the president will run for the 8 years term. So they'll start trying to sabotage him. And when the sabotage begins, even you realize that the country, something is happening. It's two people that are ruling the country, the party and the president.
Say, no. 2028, no.
Yes.
Ludwana can say Ebia chief of staff in Ebeko.
No, it will not make it. He shouldn't waste his time.
General
The timeline
Mosquito.
is already set. He has a claim.
In 2028.
Yeah, the only two people that are capable of becoming president in that timeline.
Okay.
I only know who the president is, but then you understand what I mean. As Bawumia said, you have to leave the best for them, the best one for the last, As the Sudzu said, do not divulge the weapons of victory beforehand. When I come with the weapons of victory, I come with time, date, hour, minute, every detail. And this time, 3 years ago, it was time and date and things. Last year, it was time and date and everything. This year, description of clothes, view, face, every detail. Name, mother's name, father's name, whoever it is. To the last dot. We'll leave no
I'm
stone.
interested. And then, and some prepare can they move do. Eti, already Julius Debra obe contesting.
Oh, he will try to, make that foundation, but then he will withdraw.
General Mosquito's way.
He's the main thing.
I said, Mapa.
But then notwithstanding, there's one amazing thing. On him say in time, I saw something happening strangely in time. Said the MPP party, there is also another person that has formed another party out of the party.
Hey, within 4 years,
2028 election. And I was amazed. I was like, what are these people doing to the party?
As no, the Alan, I know.
Yes. The return of Alan is in 2027.
He will come back to MPP.
Yes, they'll drag him back.
To lead the party.
But it's not going to work. That's it. News flash. The same angle in October.
Papa, and now Alan will come back in 2027.
Yes. They'll drag him back. They'll pull him everything, communication, every structure, and every other thing. But then it won't work at the end of the day. It will work perfectly from the beginning. But then, almost to the election again, in October, the thing will fail. But that was the biggest track and movement and every other thing. And then they will disappoint Kennedy Japan because he'll be winning the election and all of a sudden for the primaries. And all of a sudden, Bawumia will divide him into pieces very quick, very fast. And that's the strangest thing that is going to happen in time. So that one is another thing. But then as I said, the timeline is already set. I've still mapped the 16 years. 16 years of NDC in power. So whoever is brought is not going to mean anything.
Okay, sir, they will try to give Dr. Bawumia a female vice presidential candidate.
Yes.
Where?
When we get there and have a chance, I'll break it down to you.
Lawyer Joas Afwana. Because I say you say or call radio talk. Can the bush was say or no.
Not at all. Dabi.
Bawumia mfano.
Dabi.
And why you in the one Casasano?
So that's what is going to happen. There's going to be another division there, another angle. The election in 2028 is a very, very funny business. I call it monkey business. NDC has the president Mahama and the NDC party dragging for the presidential seat. MPP have 3 individuals dragging for the presidential seat for their flag bearership. And at the end of the day, all those people that are dragging at the right side there, none of them will go. But then the NDC people will push towards it. Julius Debra has fallen off. We have Asiedu Nketia. Now as I speak to you, now as I speak to you, right now, there's only one person that is standing in front of the presidential seat. His name is Asiedu Nketia, the General Mosquito. Yes, is the person that has the claim of the presidential seat in Ghana. Yes, the ultimate one. But then, behind the seat, in time, which is not a viewership of the seat. When I use the word behind the seat in time, what I am saying is that if he's standing in front of it, somebody is standing at the other side, they are contending. The only person is looking at his name is the one that will become the president. Can't tell you his name. But then,
within NDC
don't worry. The next president now becomes the president in 2028. You understand? Once you see the vice president is gone, know that Mahama is 8 years.
nipa na obeto aso after President Mahama no of the region bay.
The part of it also after President Mahama. But I've not converged the timeline. So we are still holding on to Mahama for 8 years. And one thing that is going to happen in time is Alan and Bawumia. Alan and Kennedy Japan. They will shake the whole country. You in your head, you would even think, say, Ken will become president, he will win the primaries, but then magic, last minute, during the primaries, don't know where Bawumia's results are coming from. Boom. Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, flag bearer of the MPP again, opposition, 4 years.
Dr. Bawumia.
That's not what I'm saying. You are the one.
Wow. What raises, I mean, major points were
okay.
About Alan Cash, any Kennedy Japan before me alliance.
Yes. Very solid alliance in September.
This year?
Not this year.
Okay, after some primaries, no. Okay. And then Dr. Bawumia so any Kennedy Japan call elections na contest na Ken Belidi, but all of a sudden,
he'll win. Ken has won. They've raised up his hand everywhere, like, oh, Ken. And they are surprised, Ken. 11 p.m. I'm giving you time. 11 p.m. 11:45 there about 11 p.m. there about. By the time you realize somewhere around 11 p.m. there about some funny game is going on, funny business, monkey business is going on. That's the end. Bawumia comes up. Bawumia, he has won like thousands, hundreds of thousands. He has won them like Bribo very far. I don't know whether they banned Ken's result or however they did it. But it's a very
just on my counter, friends, a vote near the Adena only dinner.
It will just surprise everybody like magic. Boom! All of a sudden he has lost, and then they come back to opposition again, and then they play the role again until the next 4 years again. 2032. On the hill.
On the hill, no. So this time, what will happen to Bawumia? Na hill, no, so because now, I say, we capture party, no. Ken ko for me alliance with Alan. At the end of Bawumia so free MPP, no.
When we get there, I'll tell you about Bawumia, I see, do not divulge the weapons of victory beforehand. So I'll keep that one.
Ain't no abusia also wa dwen kyerɛ ne saying. Me ni nkomo comment section ho. Ene adifo ne die bi enko omu nyina so hye nkomo ma. Okay, ma me kase enko like ense nti asa shasi o. Asa shasi Bernard die different. And I say okay, wow. So the and I didn't come out comment section. What's that,